we back like we never left. It is now the end of April, and we have made it this far. We've made it to be able to see and experience the end of April 2020. So I think that's something to be grateful for today. The fact that you can say, I have lived through over a month of a worldly pandemic, and I'm still here, still kicking, still drinking my chlorophyll, okay? Still drinking my water, still going outside, even though, we inside. We going outside and we're getting our sun. We're getting fresh air. We're connecting with nature. That's something to be grateful for. To be able to say, I've lived up until this very moment. I'm still living, and I'm still getting healthier every day because I'm making better choices every day. I'm making better choices every day. We're making better choices every day. What choices are you making? You don't have to share, but something to think about. What choices am I making every day? What choices am I making every day? How am I nourishing myself every day? How am I nourishing myself every day? What am I ingesting? Because I know that whatever it is I ingest, I will eventually become. What choices am I making? What am I ingesting every day? Because I know that what it is I ingest is what I will eventually become. What are you ingesting? Let's think of this idea of ingestion. What do we ingest on a daily basis? Air. So what do we need every day to sustain life? Fresh air. My windows are open. If I'm inside, my windows are open and my door is open. I'm getting fresh air every day. What else do we ingest besides fresh air? What are we taking in through all of our senses? Our eyes, our ears, our nose, our mouth, our first eye. What are we ingesting every day? What are we becoming? I'm ingesting chlorella. Look it up. Look up what chlorella is and look up what chlorophyll is. I can tell you, but I want you to continue to do your research. Chlorophyll is plant blood. Okay? That's what it is. It's plant blood. Raw, natural plant blood. So how do we reconnect with nature? We ingest chlorophyll. We ingest plant blood. That's one doorway of accessing the wisdom of the plants. So there's a lot of information out there that we could be tapping into. There's a lot of healing that we could be tapping into. Somebody said we are plants. I like that comment. We are plants. When you think of that, we are plants, what do you think of? We are plants. What does that mean to you? When we think about this idea of how connected we are to nature. I want to go back to this idea of ingestion. What are we ingesting? Because we know that whatever it is that we're ingesting is what we will become. What are we ingesting? Are we ingesting through our word sound, like I said, connected with all of your senses? If we're ingesting through our own word sound, our own voice, bad self-talk, what will we become? We're going to become whatever it is that we say we're going to become. So if the words that are coming out of your mouth don't match up with the type of life that you would like to create for yourself, I don't know what to tell you. You're digging a hole for your own self. Now, on the contrary, I like to show people both sides because it's important to understand the full picture so you can then draw the picture yourself. Look at the full picture. If you are speaking negatively of yourself, if you're ingesting your own words, ingestion is not just what you're eating. Look into every single one of your senses. What are you listening to? What are you inhaling? What are you looking at every day? What are you listening to? What are you speaking? So if you're speaking your affirmations, if you're speaking about the fact that you are peace, that you are abundant, that you are strong, what eventually is it that you will become? You will eventually become peaceful. You will eventually remember that you are abundant. You will eventually remember your own strength. You will eventually remember all of the wisdom that exists and that has existed before you. What existed before us? Before humans themselves? What existed before? See, the further you think, the further back you get, the more you become more forward thinking. So if I'm thinking about, what existed before me, my own life, the day I was born into this world, what existed before me? Okay, my parents. So that means I probably should listen to some things that they say, because maybe if it's not even the truth, maybe it's a reflection of something that I need to heal from. Or let me think about it. What existed before my parents, my grandparents? What practices and traditions did they practice that I feel totally aligned with? Who and what existed before my grandparents and my grandparents' grandparents and my grandparents' 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 grandparents? Who were my ancestors? What did they do to survive before internet came into play? What did they do to survive before fast food was a thing? What did they do to survive before all of these things that we've created over time? What did they do to survive? That's how you tap into ancient wisdom, ancient healing wisdom. I'm seeing the comments, but I'm not actually reading them. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm on a vibration that I just feel is important to share and just stay focused on the healing right now. And I encourage you all to just listen, and if you feel there's somebody else who will align with this message, send it to them so that they can listen to, so that they can listen. Just listen. Allow me to be your mirror. I will absolutely read these comments at the end because I need to listen as well. But I think it's important for us to just take a moment, allow ourselves to take a moment right now. You clicked into this live. I did not. I didn't force anybody to do it. You were guided here. You led yourself here. So figure out why. These are the questions we need to be asking ourselves. What is this circumstance? What is this experience supposed to teach me? What am I to learn? What am I to receive? How can I be of service in this space? How can I give in this space? How can I give to this space? What do I have to offer this space? What do I have to offer to this space that will be healing? That will show me parts of myself that I didn't even know. What am I to learn? How am I to grow? You don't want me to start rhyming on y'all, okay? because I'm a poet too. Okay? I hope that everybody's getting the message. You know, I feel like I should read something that I have written. When I get into my own readings, I'm just like, oh snap, I was talking to myself, huh? That's crazy. Okay, so on this topic of, I just opened a book and I'm reading whatever I open to. This is I've completed this book already. It's all written word. So I just open to a page and whatever is here is what I'll read. This is regarding what we said about listening and also sharing. So teaching, but also being a student, allowing yourself to sit still to listen. Allow yourself to sit still and just listen. Be present in a moment. That idea that we spoke about earlier, that's what's coming up on this page right here that I have written, talking about, you know, I haven't read it yet, but like I said, I wrote it, but sometimes I read certain things that I wrote and I'm like, yo, this is my handwriting, but I didn't write this. So it's always medicine for me too. This was written in November. Wow, it's 222. This was written in November, around this time of day. Healers deserve to be healed too. The ones who share happiness deserve to be happy too. As the seed becomes fruit, as the root thirsts for water, drink water, nourish self. If you don't have access to green juice, or if you don't have a juicer and all of these things, get chlorophyll before you get it. Do your own research, know what you're ingesting, or chlorella. What I actually have in here is chlorella specifically. If you can't get that, get spirulina and mix it with your water. So that's how you can get your greens. Okay, so back to the reading. Nourish self. Quench your own thirst first. Quench your own thirst first. Learn before you teach. Heal yourself first. This is how you find true enlightenment. And when you're here in this space of true enlightenment, everything flows in time. Seek and you shall find. Knock and the door shall be opened. Seek, find. Knock, open. And then walk in. And be here now. Move with intention. Move with intention. Move with the intention to be present. Be in your manifestations. Okay, let's talk about this idea of what are our manifestations? What are we manifesting? Be in your manifestations. What are you manifesting? What have you manifested? You have manifested this present moment. You have created this experience for yourself today, right now. You brought yourself to this place. So be here now, because there's something that you have to learn here and now. Prioritize your health. Prioritize yourself. And that's it. Prioritize your health. Prioritize yourself. Be in the present moment. Live in your own presence. There's so much peace. to be found here. It's my turn now to listen, so I'm going to read some of these comments, and if anybody has any questions, you can submit them now, because I'm about to read now. Blessings to everybody, first of all, for listening. Thank you so much for tuning in and feeling connected to this message. Thank you so much. You are doing amazing, and I'm proud of you, and I love you truly. I will read now. So like I said, if you have any questions, submit them now, or any comments that you feel would be helpful for this vibration. See some people talking about plant blood. Yes, chlorella, chlorophyll, we are plants. Yes, we need exactly what the plants need. What do plants need? They need nourishment, they need water, they need to be cared for, but they also need time in the dirt, right? They need time in the darkness in order to see the light. Like these seeds are not planted above ground for a reason. They have to go through that time of growth and becoming, and then they see the light. You become what you ingest. Absolutely. You become what you ingest. So what if you are ingesting these plants? You tap into eternal life just like them. Yo, you guys, I'm still new on this journey of planting my own food and growing food and all of that, right? I had a tomato plant that was thriving. I'm hype. I'm getting hype over this. I should have humbled myself, right? I'm like, oh yeah, that's my tomato plant. Hype, because I did this, right? I am thinking I did this. And then it stopped raining so much. I wasn't used to the shift of rainy season and not rainy season. So my tomato plant went from completely thriving, green everywhere, like really about to pop tomatoes. And then it was like, no, you didn't care for me. You chose not to be a good plant mom. So I had to humble myself, and I looked at her. I'm like, what am I supposed to do now? Are you gonna come back? Or me and a tomato plant that's like wilted all crazy, like no greenery on it at all. I'm looking at it like, dang, like what am I supposed to do? Then I started to water it. Then I started to speak nice things to this plant. I started to take more time, around this plant. And now, busting out green leaves. The plant came back from the dead. If we're ingesting plants, if we are plants, like we said before, we have the ability to tap into eternal life. Death is only a transition. Just as that tomato plant showed me. The plant left, y'all. I don't know how else to say it. There was no green leaves. It was just dead leaves everywhere. I thought they were dead leaves. And then I said, I still have faith in this plant. I just feel like this is not the end. I just feel like you came with a vengeance, and you're not going to just leave over one day. Like you're not going to, or one couple days of no rain. That's not going to happen. And now the plant is back, and it will soon bear fruit. You take in what you talk right now. Yes. Balance. Yes. Words have power. Words have power. Words have power. What are we going to say to ourselves? I am at peace. I am abundant. I am strong. I am free. I am wise. I am grateful. I have tapped into my word sound power. I am whoever it is that I say I am. I am a chef, a plant food healer. I am a plant food healer. I have a connection with the plants, and I create with food, and it brings healing. And I'm also a poet and a lyricist, so my words bring healing as well. I can open up my book and guarantee you that these words will bring healing. I speak these words over my life. But like when you really tap into your purpose, like I said, and your passions, it becomes so easy that you don't actually have to think about it. Back to the comments. You will become all of those things. Thank you, Kai. How that was divine timing. Right after my affirmations. Thank you. I received that. Word sound equals power. I love that. Further back you go is the closer you get to the roots. Absolutely. The further back you go into a plant's life, you get into the roots, you get to that seed. The further back you go into your own bloodline, the closer you get to your ancestors and the ways of the ancestors. It's all connected. We got to dig. Yes, the ancestors be speaking to us. We have to listen. Thank you. We have to listen. Wearing my Mother Nurture tee. Yes, shout out to you. Y'all can place y'all orders. Mother Nurture brand is the Instagram. That's my own merchandise brand. That's one of my babies, one of my creations that I just love. The pineapple tea is out right now. Each shirt is made out of 8 plastic bottles that don't make it to the landfill. And we all know how big of a problem plastic is on Mother Earth right now. So I wanted to find a way to just like take an issue that we're having right now in life and an issue that Mother Nature is having right now and create it into art at least and spread awareness of the issue at hand. So yeah, each shirt is made out of 8 plastic bottles. It gets its natural color from upcycled material that doesn't make it to the landfill. And I'm gonna stop talking about it because if you're aligned with the brand and you want to make an investment in that idea, the link is in my bio and you can place your order. Thank you. Okay, I'm feeling you through this phone right now. Love. Thank you for these gems. I needed to hear this. Bless, bless, bless. Thank you so much for sharing that. Please save this live so we can share even after it ends. It will never end. This is eternal wisdom that I've implanted in every single one of the ones who are listening to the sound of my voice. You will never forget this wisdom. You will never forget it, and you will share it, you know, and you will get blessed because you're sharing it. So do what you got to do. We're all connected, for real. Bless. Yes. I think one of the takeaways in this conversation, though, is to listen, yes, but and receive, yes, but also share abundantly, and also so giving abundantly, and also what are the takeaways? I'm curious as to what people have learned in this space. What have you learned? You can write in the comments what you've learned, what your takeaway is. Another takeaway for me is the fact that nature has all the answers, and that it's important to pay homage to all the ones before my even existence. So that includes my ancestors, that includes nature itself, paying homage to nature itself. And that death is only a transition, and my tomato plant showed me that. Like, I thought it died. It had no more green leaves. It was like over me completely, and then I just started to nurture it, and it came right back. She's back, green leaves and all. Just gonna close it here with love and light, peace, gratitude, increased discipline. Do what you know you're supposed to do. And with that, love y'all.